Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. In this video, we're gonna take a look at my chicken coop setup, do a walk around, talk about the chickens, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's check it out. So the shed was already there, and originally I just used trees from back there as my posts, and we'll just go over here to the door and start with the door. Some of those posts are still there. Some of them are have been replaced because it's been 3 years, but I'll put that on there just to keep the door shut. I also have a hinge. The hinges are the ones that will automatically close the door. But every day I just come out here and prop it up. Prop it open with that. And the chickens can just come and go as they please. But you can see this post is still one of the original posts. They'll probably need to be replaced soon. They like to rot right at the ground level, but I was building on as cheap a budget as possible. So, especially when I built this, the lumber was super expensive. So, and then over time I've acquired 4x4, pressure treated from this or that, or just bought them because lumber's down compared to when it started. But continuing, I wrapped it with chicken wire, which once I did that, I read online because I was getting all my information from YouTube videos and forums and things like that. I learned this is more of a material just to keep chickens in or out. It's not really going to give them the safety that they actually need, because critters can reach through that stuff still, and chicken parts can fit through, to say it another way. So I went and got this, what's it called? Mesh wire, and wrapped it over the top. So it's actually got both layers, but that's only because I figured I didn't want to go through all the labor of taking down the chicken wire that I only put up. Then at the bottom, it's like this all the way around. You can actually see that's actually all the way around. The grass has grown over it in most of the areas, but right here's heavy traffic, I guess, so that dirt's been washed out and kicked around. I put this here for shade. The sun comes up over here in this direction, and I didn't want them in the mornings to be stuck in a place where they didn't have any shade. So, especially around here in the south, it gets pretty hot. Hear me squishing around. I do got my cowboy boots on today, so. Daisy goes in there sometimes and tries to hunt for mice, which is the reason why I got that feeder over there. Okay, so then let's just continue around the outside. Got a nice mulberry tree growing right here. And let's go over here. And then so let's look back at it from this angle. I tied into this actual tree right here. So there's been some growth, and I've had to re-nail or reconnect a couple places. And of course, underneath the coop. Got those bricks there just in case one of my original posts rots, which I have replaced 2 of the 4 already. But this is a big one. Probably another year. We'll see. But and then of course the mesh does extend out pretty far here. This is unused, but seems to be pretty humane rooster getter ritter, you know what I mean. This right here, where I throw gravel, grit. I've learned that being down here in the south, they just pick sand up off the ground mostly, but I do still fill it up periodically whenever I find a deal on the grit. Okay, so let's go up here and let's just actually look inside the coop. Coop door, little cobwebby. I probably should have swept in there first, but it is what it is. A bunch of spiders. Pretty simple. And okay, so up here, that's all the ventilation. I did put a little window. It's more for me to actually be able to look into. Because I feel like that's enough ventilation up there on both sides. And again, everything is sealed with this. I don't have to worry about freezing besides a few nights per year. So I don't have windows that seal it up or anything like that. Got the 3 nest boxes over there. It opens from the outside. Lots of cobwebs, floating feathers. Okay. One day I'm gonna highlight my coop door. I set up little solar battery ran setup that I don't ever really have to mess with. I use the I can't remember what the name of it is. It's hemp. It's chopped hemp or whatever. And I only need to replace this about every 6 months or so. Oh, I didn't even see you there, Goldie. You're camouflaged. Hi, Goldie. Let's look under Gold. Let's look under Goldie and see how her back's growing. See, she's not quite growing back yet. I'm gonna keep this on her until she actually molts. I see her skin completely bare because of those roosters. Sorry, Chicky. She's the mother hen to a lot of these running around here. She raised a big group. And she raised Dottie. Dottie's the solo. She wants me to go away. Go away for a minute. She says, I was trying to lay an egg. And while she does that, this doesn't leak very much unless the wind is blowing really hard this direction. It's not tight because it needed room. But it does come off a little bit and deflect the rain a little bit, right? Put that little eyelet up there so that I could really just turn it. But you can also do that. Anyways, back down. They mostly use these three and the one that she was in, but they also lay in the shed. This is supposed to be like, but they knock it down. I have my walkways around here, all with free mulch that I got from online, basically. Okay, so let's continue here. You see all the roosts are made from basically trees out back, trees or branches. Replace them every once in a while. I also come through and I rub them down with diatomaceous earth every month or so. Make sure there's no mites living on there. Protect the chicken's feet. But I was talking about this stuff. This is great. I can't even smell this coop right now. It might look dirty, but I can't even smell it. I'm not trying to run ads for all these companies. Nobody pays me anything, so I don't want to just be name dropping all these companies, but I can tell you this is a pretty good product. Roosters being roosters over there. Basically connects the edge of the coop to that edge of the coop to that edge of the shed. Let's go walk around. I like having this mulch. And back over here. I came in after I built this and added this roof. And I just noticed that they're preferring to, or a lot of the group, I should say, was preferring to sleep outside. And I figured I'd at least build them some cover. And so I built the cover, and then I built this big roost in here. Not sure if they'd actually use it, and they went straight to using it. And I think it's actually been a big benefit because, with a pecking order, some hens like to hide all day, and they'll stay up here, up high. They don't really lay in these nest boxes like I intended for them to. They more just use them to rest or to sleep in sometimes. Super wet. It's been raining really hard for a couple days, so I'm learning also about my drainage. Right where this edge comes down, it's created a groove. So I need to work on more drainage downhill that direction. And I also should probably put a little gutter up there on that edge, just to redirect the water that comes off that roof into a rain barrel potentially, and have that be another source of water that would just be kind of perpetually here for the chickens. One of the other things I did, which this needs to be rinsed out pretty regularly just because of its position, which is unfortunate with the way that the roosts are built above it. I try to keep it out of their way, but still they get it messy and they scratch around and knock stuff into it and everything. But so I clean it out pretty regularly. I haven't done it today, of course. I should have before filming, but it is what it is. You have chickens, you understand. um, like I said, I clean that thing, and then 2 seconds later they'll have it messy again. So, but that actually comes off the air condition. It catches the condensation, comes off the air condition unit, and that water used to run in the yard and make it swampy, and now it runs down here. And it's actually cool in the summer, and sometimes you'll catch a rooster standing in it to cool his feet. It's actually pretty entertaining. Funny to see when you realize what he's doing. There's sweet cheeks there. Let's see. That's Pearl. And she just came out of a molt. She had a saddle pretty much all summer. And she's filling in beautifully. I love her colors. That hen right there is Joan of Bach. She was named by a viewer. I'm not sure what her name is. I don't think she has a name. That is Stripe. Stripey's hiding. There's two stripes. Can't tell the difference between the two, so they're both just Stripe. There's Goldie. She's perturbed from me messing with her earlier. Stand on one leg, girl. And then here's the ramp. They don't really need the rungs, so I didn't worry about fixing them once they broke. Get this over here, just kind of a place for them to stand on, get up out of the rain. And then here's another cover. And had to replace that corner post, and I just recently replaced that one. And then that's just a 2x4. They're all pressure treated, so should last a little bit, but I did that one because it'll help hold the net up. But yeah, that one, I have a few chickens that sleep on that one every night. It used to be 7 or 8, but now it's just a few. They've moved over here to this group, or they moved inside. Then yeah, I keep the feeder up on a pallet. It gives the door a little bit more range to open. Opens a little bit higher. They don't seem to have any problems reaching in still. Oh, that thing is nearly empty. This is in there to help keep them from eating too fast. I don't know if that really matters. I do get a lot of comments from people saying chickens don't like to eat out of a feeder. Well, they eat out of it all the time, and whenever I feed them, that's just to make sure that they have food to survive over the days. During the day, they're free in the yard. They have over an acre back here to roam. It's all pretty much fenced in. Well, it's all fenced in. Not pretty much anymore. It's all fenced in now that Parker's here trying to escape all the time. But there's plenty of bugs that they chase down. And then I give them kitchen scraps and scrap and peanuts all day that I throw on the ground. So they get plenty of food and feed off the ground too. For those that are so concerned. I feel like these chickens are well taken care of. Besides the fact I have a couple too many roosters. But they have a lot of space to avoid each other. And I don't have many. I've only had one bad fight, and those were 2 roosters that aren't even here anymore. So I think that's pretty much it. I think that's a pretty good overview. Definitely, if anybody has any more questions. Oh yeah, let me go over here. I do want to say this. I originally started with the feeders that hang, that are open all the time. And I had them over here hanging. This guy's going to be one of the... He's growing fast. He's cool looking. But Smokey, he might be a problem. Hi, Parker. But what I was saying was, you can actually see right there, that nail. I used to hang the food from that, and it was not convenient. I thought, hanging under here, it'll be covered from the water and the rain and stuff like that. Chickens will have access to it all the time. Well, it's not convenient to refill, and then you realize you're feeding more than just your chickens with the food not being, covered and concealed. I think it's pretty much inevitable that you're gonna have chickens. The rodents are gonna find their way. Parker. And then I wanted to add, I do keep these owls around the yard, which tends to keep the birds of prey at bay pretty well. We've had the couple little ones, or I should say, we haven't had any little ones be taken from the yard by hawks ever since I put these up. One here, one back there, and then one over here. And I move them around periodically.
Okay, so I think I'll just go ahead and wrap it up there. I wanted to let you guys know that we're down to the last 500 hours that the channel needs of watch time to hit all the goals for YouTube's requirements. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching and spending time here, subscribing, liking, sharing the videos, all that good stuff. I promise that I'm going to continue to get better at the technology as I learn as I go. If you've been here for a while, hopefully you've seen the improvement in my, reading and narration skills and, all that good stuff. Without making this too long, I just want to say thank you, and once again to ask you guys to like, share, and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.